Thank you, sir. Good evening. Thank you for the organizers to invite United Nurses Association to this platform and giving us a chance to discuss about our views. Thank you very much. We, UNA, United Nurses Association, we are the nurses. And UNA is what is our motto? We stand for nurses' welfare. And our association is started 2011 in Kerala. There was a situation arise, the nurses are not professionally treated. There was a particular incident I just want to share with you. There was a girl, Beena Baby. She wanted to study nursing, but she's coming from a very poor family and she couldn't bear the nursing fees. So the family, they applied bank loan and then she completed, she's a brilliant girl and she completed her nursing. And in the time in Kerala, the nurses are getting salary like 2,500 rupees, 3,000 rupees. So this amount is not sufficient to pay her EMI. So she traveled all the way from Kerala to Maharashtra, Mumbai, Asian Hospital, she got a job. And that time she was getting paid 6,500 rupees. And she was, after completing her bank loan EMI, she is not able to send even 1,000 rupees to her parents for city back in Kerala. So in this scenario, she applied for many jobs outside of the country. Some of the Arab countries she got job in Saudi Arabia. So when the time she resigned and she wanted to get experience certificate, the management demanded 50,000 rupees to pay to get the experience certificate. In this scenario, there is no organization, there is no association, there is no charitable trust, there is nobody there to support this poor girl. And there is no point that she is sharing the things to the family because the family is already in an agony situation. So she written a lot of questions. She taken a paper and she's written a lot of things because I am a nurse. I am having a lot of dreams when I become a nurse. But one of the struggles during her experience she written, because I am a nurse, I am forced to suffer these kind of things. And if you are a nurse, you have to stand against this. And she written a letter and she committed suicide. So after she suicide, the Beena Baby's incident, the media was taken up. After that, the government was coming up and helping the family. But the mother lost her allowed daughter, and no money can replace that. This is the inspiration. There is a situation arrived, and that time the Kerala, most of the private hospitals were paid, as I said before, 2,500 rupees and 3,000 rupees. And our national president, now Mr. Jasmine Shah, he is the one who took initiative to form this Nurses Association, United Nurses Association in 2011. He was working in Qatar and he was getting a good salary also. But after hearing all these things, he thought to start a movement in Kerala. And after that, there is an issue arrived and he wanted to leave back to Qatar also. In Amrita Hospital, Cochin, the association was formed and some of the issues in the no private management never allowed to form any association. So they thrown out our president, the unit president. So for joking and discussion, this Jasmine Shah was called. And the Amrita Institute, the Amrita Medical College, the nursing and the HR, they called for a discussion part, but they cruelly, brutally, they beaten all our leaders. In fact, our state committee member, Mr. Michael, they are hospitalized for many years. So these are the struggles UNA was faced in the beginning. And there are a lot of struggles in the last 6 years of journey. We could share, there are a number of stories, there are a number of struggles. There are a lot of trade unions, there are a lot of political parties around us, and everybody want to crush and crunch. But we are united, the nurses are united in UNA. So now the United Nurse Association spread around the world. Last 25th only the first national conference was held in Delhi, Tyagaraja Stadium. From different countries the delegations were came. Around 22 states the nurses are came. Even from New York State Nurse Association the delegates were there, and some of the GCC countries as well. So I just want to say what about UNA, because I just want to give a few idea about it. And UNA Delhi chapter, I am the president of United Nurse Association Delhi NCR. The Delhi chapter was established in last 2017 October 1st. In Delhi also we done a lot of this thing, and till now, luckily, happily, there is no chance of any strike. Because before we start association in Delhi, we done a lot of homework. Because the Kerala situation is different and Delhi situation is totally different. That we know. The no management and no corporate will allow to grow for any association. So we done silently from last March, 2-3 months, silent group meetings, silent association meetings in some of the houses, some of friends' houses. Then we established on 2017 October 1st. And UNA is always advocates laws to implement. There are a lot of laws in our countries. Anybody stepping to the court, there will be a direction, there will be an order. From 2016, the Supreme Court were given a direction that the nurses' minimum wages has to be implemented as per the living status of the different states. But still, there was nobody taking a call. I'm very happy to tell you in Kerala, last 1 year we are having done a lot of secretariat picketing and secretariat march. Around 1 lakh people were gathered in Trivandrum. The total city was collapsed. So that movement, the Kerala government want forcefully UNA to do like this kind of activities. So last August, the CM was announced the minimum wages has to be implemented very soon. But again, we announced in last March 6th, we are going for indefinite strike. Then the High Court was involved. Now, the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala was announced before the 31st of this month, the minimum wages will be implemented for nurses in Kerala. Soon after, there are other. Yesterday, the newspaper, many people have read. The Global Nurse Association in Tamil Nadu, there are a lot of protests, and the minimum wages for nurses were implemented. And Karnataka already was started, and Maharashtra and Rajasthan also, there are a lot of strikes were going on regarding the minimum wages. And one more thing I just want to tell you, in Kerala, there is a private hospital, KVM Hospital, Cherthala in Alpi. Our nurses ask for a basic rights, that is 3 shifts system has to be implemented. Because that a particular hospital is having only 2 shifts, day and night, 14 hours and 16 hours. And 2013 minimum wages were not implemented in this particular hospital. So because of that, they are thrown out of the many nurses over there. And our 110 nurses were on strike 200 days. Today is 200 days. And the particular management is still on their side. They are not coming up. There are a lot of discussion were done, DLO and Labor Minister, and no solution done. And hopefully we got the last direction, this thing from High Court, the Honorable Kerala High Court, that given instruction to the government to immediate intervention for this particular. We hope that the brilliant government will take a call on it. And we are talking about the equality in the health sector. First of all, I could say our health system is at stake because there is a permanent situation is there. There is a permanent post is there as a nurse. Why there is a point of keeping a contractual nurse? It is not a job like any other contractual work. For example, if any building is constructing, we are giving some construction company and they will hire the people for contract and they just finish their work and go. But it's not like in healthcare system. I really wonder the other day, one of my friends called from Bihar, Patna Ames. He was called for, he didn't get the salary on time. That's the reason why he called. But I could understand from him, there are more than 200 nurses. Just like outsourced agencies were supplying the nurses in Patna Ames. So just imagine how the patients can be taken care and what is the health system standard. The people are in wrong hands. Everybody who step into the hospital, they want to cure, they want to get all the pain, want to go away, and they want to get back to. Nobody would like to stay in the hospital for a long time. But this system is not allowing us to grow. I'm just taking the lows and all because I could understand we Indian healthcare system has adopted many of the good practices from European countries, but I don't really appreciate this kind of implementation is happening in healthcare system in India, and which is really causing a lot of negative impact. If the citizen of India will be healthy, then only we can say that is a healthy nation. And the impact is coming when the people are working as a contractual nurse or any other health worker in healthcare system. These people are treated like a second citizen of India. For example, I am a permanent employee. I am doing the same job the person is doing. I will be treated in a different tag. And the contractual person is not availing any kind of working condition facilities, and they are not having any benefits. In fact, the other day in Lady Hari Hospital, maybe many of them are known, there are women was there. After, there are a lot of nurses were overreached and pregnant women were there. All of a sudden, one day, the director told that 120 people were terminated, or 32 people are terminated. We done a lot of strike. All of a sudden, the people who are on contractual base, every year, every 6 months, they renew their contract and they continue for 3-4 years and they don't have any benefits. They never avail any working condition facilities. They end up with, at the end of the day, they are on the road. So why there is a system is that is the reason why the people are coming to these kind of troubles. And I would like to tell you one thing. There are a lot of discrimination. There are a lot of dominancy in the health sector. Many of the Sister Purana was okay, but I really appreciate she was doing a lot of things for the nurses in the government sector to upliftment of the nursing community in government sector. I really appreciate that. Because still in the private sector, the dominance is there. There are administrations, there are physicians and nurses. Nurses are treated like in a different. Sometimes some doctors feel that the nurses are aliens. They are looking at the nurses like aliens. When the nurse is giving a feed to the ventilator patient, the referral doctor is coming and standing. She forced to leave the feed and come and stand in front of the doctor to answer the questions. Otherwise, they don't feel good. And that's the system in India. Because I'm not saying something against the doctors, but I request the doctors also should understand the patient is very important, patient care is important. But many of the scenarios and the practical situation, many of you, I'm 100% sure everybody may step into the hospital anytime. So the nurse is not practically allowed to deliver the nursing care because she is working as a MRD person, medical record history first to do, and she has to call the kitchen and get the tea has to be ready, and she might act as a receptionist. She has to call the attendant and relatives and these that, and in fact, practically many people not getting enough time to deliver the nursing care. So, a lot of, as per the job description, what is nurse supposed to do? Reality is not like that, and they're forced to do other department works. In fact, there is a spare of time. We nurses now, we are happy to do the work. The nurses only doing all the work for the patients, and we are people are with the patients 24/7. The consulting doctor and other people are very few minutes they stand in front of the patient and just go away. And we know the pain. There was a line was written by the physicians. Even if you could have bring the patient a bit more earlier, you could have saved the life. And all the 7 cases were heart attack cases, acute myocardial infarction.
Can we summarize?
Yes. So this we done a thing. We done a project, and there's a system for VAs are going. There's a green channel. Why the nurses cannot avail this facility when they need medical emergency. So we started the campaign. The Delhi CM was inaugurated our UAS program, and we requested the trans system also in the place and can get this kind of calls. So we UNA always against the contractual system because we are the real. We are the nurses knows the reality on the ground, and he knows that it is really harmful for the healthcare system in India. Thank you very much.
Anyway, I think I'm loud enough. So we'll have a discussion at the end of towards the end of the session. But I just want to, so that you can also think of these issues that are being raised. So I picked up 2 or 3 issues that I think it's important for us to look at. One is the huge area of contractual work that now pervades all sectors and especially the health sector. For example, if you look at the NRHM, now the NHM, National Health Mission, there has not been a single permanent appointment in the last 8 or 9 years or 10 years of its implementation. It is entirely directed at working with contractual work, whether it's doctors, whether it's nurses, whether it's ANMs. So this whole area of contractual work is something that we need to discuss. The contractual work is, in a way, and as he was also pointing out, undermines the ability of workers to organize. It's a direct way in which the capacity of workers to organize is undermined when you have contractual work as the norm in many places. The second point, another point that he made, and which I was also referring to, is the issue of hierarchy in the working conditions of workers in the health system. I think doctors are also looked at as workers. They may think of themselves as, some of them may think of themselves as something about that. But finally, doctors as also workers. And this hierarchy among different workers in the health system is of the most pronounced kind compared to any other sector, and it affects, as he was pointing out, working conditions of different workers in the system, and that's something that. And finally, the story that is started with. There is another story behind this. This is the story of health worker migration. That why is it that health workers are being forced to migrate? It's not an easy decision for people to leave their homes. There is this illusion that they make a lot of money But that's not the point. It's a post-migration. In most cases, this is a post-migration. It's not something that happens because people want to migrate. It's because they don't have jobs in the country, or at least some form of remunerative job in the country. It's also a huge drain on public resources in the country, because the public resources go into training health workers who then are forced to migrate. So that's another broader point that I think we should think of. Abhi, Ramakrishnan? Sir,